You cannot manifest any behavior beyond your level of consciousness.
What does Eckhart Tolle teach about forgiveness? One study indicated that those whose forgiveness originated from the realization that no one is perfect were able to resume regular relationships with the offender, even if the offender never apologized. The subject of forgiveness is always a controversial one if not handled with care. We set up this channel to discuss vital issues that can help individuals grow. Through our content, we bring a dose of positivity to your mind. Welcome back, lovely people. Today, we will dive into the philosophy of a great personality known as Eckhart Tolle and then understand his idea of forgiveness. But before we proceed, make sure to subscribe to our channel as a sign of your solidarity for positivity. So, who is Eckhart Tolle? Before we understand the philosophy of any man or woman, we must first understand their personality and what they have been able to accomplish over time. So, before we dig deep into the philosophy of Eckhart Tolle, let's know who he is and what he represents. His birth name is Ulrich Leonard Tolle, and he was born on February 16, 1948, in Lunnen, a remote town north of Dortmund in the Ruhr area of Germany. Eckhart chose to study literature, astronomy, and languages at home after moving to Spain to live with his father at the age of 13. His father did not require him to attend high school, so he was free to study these subjects at home. At age 15, he was heavily inspired by the German mystic Joseph Anton Schneider-Franken's 5 spiritual books. At 19, Tolle traveled to England and taught German and Spanish at a London language school for 3 years. In 1977, he finished a postgraduate program at the University of Cambridge after graduating from the University of London. Tolle claims that his spiritual experience started when he had an inner change and attained world peace on a single night in 1977, after a lengthy period of depression at the age of 29. He slept with his buddies at a Buddhist monastery, making his relatives believe he was careless and may have been deranged. Then, according to some accounts, he changed his first name from Ulrich to Eckhart in honor of the German philosopher and mystic known as Meister Eckhart. Surprisingly, soon afterward, life and destiny began to align for Eckhart Tolle. He started his vocation as a spiritual leader. But how did that happen? Former Cambridge classmates and friends started to inquire about Tolle's opinions. So he began his career as a counselor and spiritual teacher. His philosophy and way of life kept attracting students to him for over 5 years. Finally, he relocated to a hub for alternative living in Glastonbury, Somerset, England, and later moved to Vancouver in 1995. Eckhart Tolle wrote his first book titled The Power of Now in 1997, and Namaste Publishing released it. New World Library reissued the book on a massive basis in 1999. Oprah Winfrey recommended it in her 2000 issue of her magazine, known as O. In August of 2000, Eckhart Tolle's book appeared on the New York Times bestsellers advice, miscellaneous, and hardcover lists. 2 years later, the book hit number 1. By 2008, the book had been translated into 33 languages from English. In July 2011, it featured for 102 weeks on the list of the top 10 paperback advice and miscellaneous books. In 2003, his second novel, titled Stillness Speaks, was published. In that year, he declared that he had no intention of establishing an ashram or constructing a big commercial facility. Instead, he believed that an organization might evolve naturally, and he cautioned that such an organization is not self-serving. His website offers his books and an array of spiritual counseling items. Another of his websites broadcasts videos of monthly group meditations. Eckhart Tolle released another book in 2005, titled A New Earth. The book topped the New York Times bestseller list 46 times by the end of 2008. After Oprah Winfrey selected it for her book club, it saw a spike in sales. 3.5 million copies were distributed in the first 4 weeks after the announcement. Tolle and Winfrey collaborated to develop a series of webinars, each of which focused on a chapter from Eckhart Tolle's books and included talks, silent meditations, and Skype questions from viewers. The third episode of the webinar attracted about 11 million viewers worldwide. By October 2009, 35 million people had accessed the webinars. Eckhart Tolle was listed in Winfrey's 2016 Super Soul 100 list of notable visionaries and leaders. In September 2009, Eckhart attended the Vancouver Peace Summit with the Dalai Lama. In the same year, he released another book titled Guardians of Being, a picture book illustrated by Patrick McDonnell, the comic strip creator known as Mutz. Eckhart was also involved in photography because in 2018, Watkins Books, a London-based book publishing firm, published some of Eckhart Tolle's nature photography. Reacting to that, Eckhart commented that both art and nature can serve as portals into the transcendent dimension, your essence identity. Eckhart Tolle is generally regarded as one of the world's most inspirational and visionary spiritual teachers today. Eckhart's profound but simple teachings have assisted many individuals worldwide to experience a vibrantly alive inner serenity in their everyday lives. His teachings emphasize the importance and power of presence, an awakened condition of awareness that transcends ego and discursive thought. Eckhart considers this enlightenment to be the critical next phase in human growth. From reading his books and numerous spiritual guides, you will discover that Eckhart Tolle's teaching and philosophical ideologies are centered around being conscious and awakened for you to be able to attain a complete state of inner peace of mind. Eckhart always taught that a grievance carried on for too long becomes an emotional, mental entity that lives in you and can affect your awakening process. Dig deep into his messages, and you will discover that all his teaching are things you will need to follow to attain any desirous spiritual level. His teaching will show you practical ways to kill unforgiveness. In one of his YouTube videos, Eckhart shares a deep sight into how the ego creates a false sense of identity. This false sense of identity leaves us unable to forgive ourselves and others by associating mistakes and wrongdoings with who they are, rather than seeing them as what they are, a manifestation of unconsciousness. Eckhart Tolle teaches that you must forgive if you wish to break free from karmic law. But, according to him, surface forgiveness is meaningless. He went on to say that forgiveness comes from inside, and understanding people allows you to forgive them. According to Eckhart Tolle, forgiveness separates the unconscious from the conscious ones. It brings tranquility and supports you as an individual to live a healthy life. Forgiveness provides us the strength to make crucial decisions in life. It will save you time, energy, and your relationship. I hope we have been able to inspire you with a great dose of positivity. To support this community, like the video, share it, and invite others to subscribe. Thank you for watching. See you in the following video.